everyone, I am Megha from Master in Maths, and today we are going to start the new chapter, that is quadrilateral. So in very first lesson we will learn the basics of the quadrilateral, that we will have the understanding of quadrilateral, what we mean by quadrilaters and the two types of the quadrilateral, that is concave and the convex, and we will see basic terms related to it. Most importantly, we will take the angle sum property of the quadrilateral and will take some questions based on that. So first of all, let's start with the understanding of quadrilateral. Let's start with the meaning of the quadrilateral. Quadrilateral itself have a word quads. By this we mean four. So any figure that is made up of four sides is known as quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is further divided into two parts. Here we have concave quadrilateral and we have convex quadrilateral. We will see the different terms including the quadrilateral. First of all, we will know what we mean by different types of this quadrilateral, convex and concave. So by concave quadrilateral, we mean a figure that has something concaved in, that is this thing. This figure has four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But there is something like this that is concaved in. This type of figure is known as concave quadrilateral. The most important thing to be considered in concave quadrilateral, that is the inside angle. One inside angle in such type of quadrilateral is greater than 180 degree. So in this figure, this angle will be greater than 180 degree. If this is 180 degree, this should be a straight line, but this is something concaved in. So this angle, the interior angle, not the exterior angle, interior angle is greater than 180 degrees. So such kind of figure is known as concave quadrilaterals. Now next is convex quadrilateral. So any figure with the four sides will be a convex quadrilateral. Here each of the angle is less than 180 degree. Here we have four angles. Let name this quadrilateral as A, B, C, D. Here we have four angles and all the angles are less than 180 degree. Such type of quadrilateral known as convex quadrilateral. Now next, here I am making one quadrilateral. With the help of this we will learn the different terms that is associated with any quadrilateral. Let name this quadrilateral as A, B, C, D. So now the first of all, sides. So what are the sides of this quadrilateral? The sides of the quadrilateral will be these four line segments, that is AB, BC, CD and DA. These are four line segments that we call as the sides of quadrilateral, and they can be same in the length or they can be different in the length. So they can be same or different length. The only funda for the quadrilateral is should have four line segments. Any figure with the four sides will be known as a quadrilateral. So this is the first term in the quadrilateral, that is sides. Next we have vertices. So by vertices we mean where two line segments meet, like point A. Here two line segments, here this is a point A, here line AB, line segment AB and line segment DA meet. This point is known as vertices. So similarly here we have four vertices, B, C and D, also the vertices of this quadrilateral. So in this we have four vertices, A, B, C and D. These are the vertices of the quadrilateral. Next we have angles. What we mean by angles? Angles are the inclination between two sides of a quadrilateral. See over here we have two sides like AD and we have AB. So this inclination between these two sides is known as the angles of a quadrilateral. Similarly we have over here angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Here we have inclination between two line segments, that is BC and AB. This is the inclination between these two line segments. Similarly this is the inclination between DC and BC, and over here we have an inclination between AD and DC. So the inclination between two line segments is known as angles. We can name it like, here the inclination between these two sides, so we can name angle A, we can name it like angle DAB. So the variable or the alphabet between represent the angle. Angle A we can write also angle BAD or DAB, the same thing, but the angle should be in between. Similarly, if we want to represent angle B, we can represent it like angle ABC, and it represent between which line segments this is the angle. So from here we can find out this is an angle B, that is between the line segments AB and BC. Similarly, angle C we can write it like angle DCB or BCD, and angle D we can represent angle ADC or angle CDA. So this is a way to represent angles of the quadrilateral. Next we have diagonals. So by diagonal we mean the lines joining the two opposite vertices of any quadrilateral is known as diagonal. See over here, AC is a line segment that meet the vertices A and C. This is known as a diagonal. Similarly, in this figure we can have one more diagonal that will meet at the point B and D, or we can say that join two opposite vertices of this quadrilateral. So in this we have two diagonals, that is AC and BD. Next we have adjacent angle. The angles that have at least one common side between them is known as adjacent angles. Here if we see the angle ABC, that is angle B, that includes angle ABC, that includes, if we write angle ABC. So this is the angle between the arms AB and AC. And if we talk about angle C, or we can write angle BCD. Here it is between the arms BC and BD. So clearly these two angles, means angle B and angle C, have the common arm between BC between them. So it means angle B and angle C are adjacent in this figure. Angle B and angle C. Similarly, we can say angle A and B are common, means they are adjacent because they have common arm AB. Similarly, AD are adjacent angle because they have common arm AD, and CD are adjacent angle because they have common arm between them, that is CD. So such type of angle is known as adjacent angles. So if we want to mark all the adjacent angle of this figure, we can mark like angle A and angle B. B and C we already wrote, angle C and angle D, and the last one is angle A and angle D. All these are pairs of adjacent angles. Next we have adjacent sides. So if we see in the last figure adjacent sides, if we take like AB and BC, so what we can see over here, they share a common point, that is B over here. So any two line segment that share a common endpoint is known as the adjacent sides. Other pair of adjacent sides over here can be AB and AD because they share a common point, that is A. Similarly, AD and DC because they share a common endpoint, that is D. DC and BC are adjacent sides because they have an endpoint C common between them. So any two sides that have common endpoint is known as adjacent sides. So all these are pair of adjacent sides in the given quadrilateral ABCD. Next term we have adjacent and opposite of adjacent sides are the opposite sides and the opposite angle. So in this, the angles in the side that are not adjacent, they will be opposite. Here angle A and angle C are opposite, angle B and angle D are opposite. Next we will see angle sum property. Here suppose we have a quadrilateral. Now we will see what will be the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral. So here The sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now we have to prove that how angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is 360 degree. Here we know angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equals to 360 degree, and we have to prove that. Suppose for that we are making a diagonal AC here. Now we have two triangles, triangle ABC, and we have triangle ADC. Now we know the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So now we can write angle BAC, that is this one angle, angle BAC plus angle B plus angle BCA. BCA equals to 180 degree. As we know, the sum of all the angles will be 180 degree. Similarly, we can write angle D plus angle DAC, that is the other half of this triangle, and plus angle ACD, the other half of this angle will be 180 degree. Now let it be equation 1 and let it be equation 2. Now if we add this equation 2, what we will get? Angle BAC plus angle B plus angle BCA plus angle D plus angle DAC plus angle ACD, and 180 plus 180 will be 360 degree. It will be 360 degree. Now what we will do, we will take the angle that is between the angle A is between angle BAC and DAC. We can see angle BAC plus angle DAC. If we add these two angles, it will give us angle A, that is this. If we add these two, that is angle DAC, this one, and angle BAC, this one. If we add these two, we will get this whole angle, so we can represent it with angle A. Similarly, angle BCA plus angle ACD will give us angle C. Now what we have, if we put this value in the above equation, what we will get? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. So it means the sum of all the angles, sum of all interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now let's see some questions based upon the sum property, angle sum property of the quadrilateral. In that, the first question is, we have given the angles of the quadrilateral are 110 degree, 72 degree, 55 degree and x degree. So we know the value of three angles of a quadrilateral and we have to find the value of the fourth angle. So as we know, sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Correct? So it means we can write 110 degree plus 72 degree plus 55 degree plus x degree equals to 360 degree. Right? Now we will add these 310 plus 72 plus 55 will give us 237. 237 degree plus x degree equals to 360 degree. Now we will transpose 237 to the right side. So it means x degree will be 360 degree minus 237. When we subtract these two, we will get value 123. So it means the value of x is 123 degree. Now to cross check, what we can do, we can add 110 plus 72, 55 and 123. If the value is 360 degree, our answer is correct, otherwise wrong. Next question we have a quadrilateral and the sum of three acute angle, we have given three acute angle and each measures 80 degree and we have to find out the value of the fourth angle. So in that case, what we know, here the three acute angles they have been given and each measure is 80 degrees. So it means we can add 80 3 times, and we have to find out the value of the fourth one, let it be x. So we can write 80 plus 80 plus 80 plus x degree. Let fourth angle be x degree. Now we know the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees, so we can equate it with 360 degree. Now we can solve it. 80 plus 80 plus 80 will give us 240. 240 degree plus x degree equals to 360 degree. Now what we can do, we will transpose 240 to the right side. X degree equals to 360 degree minus 240 degree. It will give us 120 degree. So it means the measure of the fourth angle is 120 degree. Next question we have given two angles of a quadrilateral which measure 65 degree, and we don't know the value of the other two angles, but they are given equal. Means two angles of a quadrilateral are of 65 degree and other two angles are equal, and we have to find out the value of these two equal angles. Now in that case we can take let each angle be x degree. As they have given equal, so we can consider it with the same alpha, that is x degree. Now we know the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360. So we can write 65 plus 65 because they have given the value of two angles. So we can write 65 plus 65 and other two angles that we consider as x. So we can add these two, and we know the sum of all the angles will be 360 degree. Now we can solve the equation. 365 plus 65 will be 130 degree plus 2x degree equals to 360 degree. Now we will transpose 130 to right hand side. 2x degree is equal to 360 degree minus 130 degree. 360 minus 130 will give us 230. 230, and here we have 2x. So it means x will be equal to 230 divided by 2, that will give us 115 degrees. So it means the measure of other two angles that are equal is 150 degree. So in today's lesson I covered some basic terms that we use in the quadrilateral, and we also learn the angle sum property of the interior angles of quadrilateral. In my next video we will learn the measure of exterior angles of a polygon. And if you have any particular doubt, if you are not getting anything in my video, you can reach out to me by writing on my comment section. And friends, don't forget to like and share my videos, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching my videos. Thank you.